It is, of course, Thursday, which means we have Spling in studio. How are you, boy?
Spling-a-ding.
Brilliant.
I like the
Brilliant.
way people start. That's good.
Excellent.
Because some people just like, how are you? And they're like, yeah, okay. Good. Brilliant is a good way to come in.
Yeah.
Because it's,
It's a strong word. Strong choice of word there.
Yeah. I was going to say dynamic, but then I thought brilliant would be a little bit more
I just need something to throw
suitable.
at...
More realistic, I guess. Why are you throwing pens around?
Because there's a lot of noise in the background and we're having conversations. So it sounds like we're in a train station. I want to know about the movies. Sorry for throwing the pen at you, Silver Streak, and landing. Luckily, it wasn't a cartridge pen with one of those, like those sharp points. So you're like,
Yeah.
lost him.
Message for you, sir.
Exactly. On the circuit today, Spling, what's happening this week?
Oh, lots is happening. Some great movies out this Friday. Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
This is the Stig Larsson.
Stig Larsson, from Sweden. And brilliant film based on the Millennium series. Very sort of fascinating story behind that. The author actually died a day or two after delivering the scripts for publication.
Then it became the biggest selling publications in the world.
And it became cursed.
Well, not cursed, no.
But you know that, authors die and whatever.
With Heath Ledger when he died and he won an Oscar. I mean, people die and they become famous.
Yeah.
So
there's a big. I read an article a couple of months ago about there's a big tussle over his estate because he had a girlfriend who lived with him for like 4 or 5 years. So in most terms, you would say like common law wife. He's got a brother and a father who were never really involved in his life, but now who are fighting over the royalties. And it's just a bit of a mess in old Scandinavia right now.
I went to their house out in Brooklyn, and there's little handprints of their kid Matilda. It says Matilda forever.
Oh, I see. You're still talking about
Heath Ledger.
Yeah,
we're not talking about him.
No, we're talking about Stig Larsson.
Oh wow, hey.
Yeah,
but it's amazing how they're parallel. Actually, you're right. I mean, the life is quite parallel.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think Stig Larsson's daughter also left her finger marks on
the house.
It's
uncanny.
Jersey
Stephen
Shore.
is cool.
Very uncanny. Yeah, so Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. I saw it. Brilliant.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, if you like murder mysteries and dark, swirling sort of dramas, this is the one to see.
Is this the one that the chick from The Antwoord was supposed to be in?
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Jolandi Visser.
Turned it down.
She turned it down.
Turned down what? The role?
Yeah. Her answer was no. The Antwoord.
Basically.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm going to be doing that penis music video.
Yes,
instead.
I'd rather do that right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can understand it, but it also makes her more attractive for the next prospective director, wanting her to sort of get on board.
Yeah.
And then also the publicity around her saying, no, I don't want to.
Was huge for The Antwoord.
To David Fincher. David Fincher.
So you like the movie?
Who says no to Fincher?
Exactly.
I don't even know. I probably would say because I don't know who he is. You like the movie worth seeing? Did you rate it?
Yes, an excellent 8.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Way up there.
And it kind of, you might feel, if you haven't read the books, you might feel that it's dragging a little bit towards the end, but it isn't. It's just setting up for the second one. It's like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
This mystery drama.
So it's not girl with the dragging.
Is there some kind of resolve though?
Dragging. Yeah.
Just throwing that in there.
It actually does feel like a sort of standalone thing. It does wrap up quite nicely. And what's quite interesting is that the book was actually called Men Who Hate Women.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so there's some hectic stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Like if you're a sensitive viewer, you might sort of be quite offended at 2 or 3 points during the film. Close your eyes, block your ears, do what you need to do.
Move on to the next scene.
Yeah, so that's worth checking out.
Okay, cool, that sounds like it.
And it's got the guy from As It Is in Heaven, Michael Nyqvist.
Okay, yes.
He was great.
Enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, and then we've got The Switch with Jason Master Bateman and Jennifer Aniston.
Have you seen this movie?
I have.
Please tell me what you think of it.
I actually enjoyed it. I think it's been mismarketed. They've tried to make it look like it's this risque comedy that's in line with something like There's Something About Mary,
right?
Farrelly Brothers vibe. But it's more of a sweet sort of indie kind of comedy drama set in New York.
Okay.
It's...
I like both of them. I mean, Jason Bateman and Jennifer Aniston are great.
That would be a good match,
players,
I think.
Yeah,
the way I saw it was that was a little bit like a prequel for Arrested Development because, where did George Michael Bluth come from? That's kind of answered a little bit in this. And a sequel for Friends with Rachel and her baby sort of growing up.
Where did you? Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So...
They tied it in all quite nicely there. Little bow on it.
Yeah, no, very. It's got stuff like sperm samples and turkey basters and things like that, which you'd usually expect in a Farrelly Brothers film. But it's actually treated quite tastefully, And I actually felt it was a quite classy sort of comedy. It's a little bit slow, but it's very subtle. So if you're into subtle sort of indie comedy dramas, then you'll definitely enjoy this one.
Okay, sounds quite right up my street, actually.
Gave it a satisfactory 6.
Okay, so we're above the 5 mark, which is good.
Yeah. There's a guy in it called Thomas Robinson. He's not a guy, really. He's a kid. He's a little boy, and he's brilliant. He steals all the scenes.
Oh, the new Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
Or Haley Joel Osment.
I can see that. I can actually see that.
What was the kid in Jerry Maguire? Lipnicki?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mike.
He stole a lot of scenes as well. He was kind of the
Yeah.
Where is that kid? He was cute.
He was in last scene in Stuart Little 2.
Oh, bad
done a
place
bit
to
of a-
last be seen.
He's done a bit of a Corey Feldman.
Yes,
And
now in rehab.
And you'll have to wait a couple of years until he gets his vampire sequel.
Exactly.
Lost Boys 3. Yeah, so those two are some great films to check out this Friday.
Social Network, when do we see that? I know I keep banging on about it, but...
I only see that like end of this month.
Oh, okay, so
still a while.
we're still hanging it for a little bit on that one.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's a David Fincher film.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
alright.
he's been working a lot then,
Oh,
right?
yeah. He's been working Midnight Oil. Yeah, no, he's doing well.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about a horror fest that's happening at the end of this month in Cape Town.
Yeah, the Horror Fest. It's been going for 5 or 6 years at the Labia, and some great horror films there. You'll be able to see a silent film that's given a soundtrack by a band called Terminatrix. And
Terminatrix.
yeah, it's a very dark and scary Halloween film festival to tie in with the whole thing. It's like a week long, starting on like the 27th or something.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
No, very cool. And then we also got Centurion coming out tomorrow. That's a big sort of gladiator, Roman pig fighting thing.
Who's the Centurion?
I think it's Dominic West.
Who's Dominic West?
Some guy,
who
from
is
one,
he?
some guy from one of the vampire movies.
The only thing that you will need to know about that film is that it's a little bit like the Gladiator big fight sequence between the barbarians and the Romans in the beginning. I think that they try to carry that spirit right through the film. And it's also directed by Neil Marshall. So if you enjoyed The Descent and Dog Soldiers, if you've heard of those,
I haven't seen either of those.
Both the blank faces. No.
if you've heard of those, then you should maybe have a look at it. He's quite a good director.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah. And we've also got Cyrus coming out this week. I know we spoke about it a little while ago, but it didn't come out.
What happened?
Well, it was Jonah Hill. I don't know if they just decided to delay it till Halloween,
Right.
sort of, just in the build-up. But yeah, I don't know what happened actually. I made a boo-boo.
Decent movie there, or we're looking at a...
Yeah,
Okay.
What kind of movie is that?
I like
What kind of
Jonah
genre? Or?
comedy, drama, Oedipal complex. It's also got Riley. I've forgotten his first 2 letters. It is
Riley Cyrus.
TJ Riley. No.
John C. Riley.
John
JC.
J.C. Riley.
J.C.
Riley.
Yeah.
Mr.
And-
Cellophane in Chicago.
and also Talladega Nights. And Marissa Tomei, heard of her?
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Sure. She's been out here before, right? In fact, I think our friend Mr. Rotherham is actually
I'd just
hiked.
like to say that I went up Lion's Head with Marissa Tomei.
Good.
Was it
And-
you who didn't know who she
Timotei.
was until she got up there?
No, the story was I never felt like going up Lion's Head for a long time, and the Muse had always asked me if I'd like to go up Lion's Head, and I always said I don't really feel like that. And then through a mutual friend, we met Marissa when she came to Cape Town, and we had dinner with her and her boyfriend Logan, who's actually from the OC, and chatting. And she goes, "We were thinking of going up Lion's Head. Would you guys begin to join us?" I was like, "Definitely." That's exactly. And the Muse just looked at me like, "Oh, what's
Now.
going on?" Now suddenly you want to go up Lion's Head. Very nice chick.
Magical.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then on the rental front, we've got something with Christopher Walken. And
I love
that's-
Christopher Walken.
Yes, he's a legend. He needs.
Yeah, he is,
sort of-
absolutely.
When you say his name, you actually should say Christopher Walken. Like every time you use it in conversation. And another guy called Alessandro Nivola.
Nice.
That's a nice name. He
Yeah,
actually looks
sounds like one of the miners.
sounds like, and he looks like Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
So, like splitting image.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And Sharon Stone.
Very cool.
A lot of people might recognize her naked body from Basic Instinct.
Her naked body.
Yeah. And she's all tanned up this time. A little bit dodgy, looking like a prostitute.
I went up Signal Hill with Sharon Stone.
Did she give you the signal?
She certainly did.
Oh yeah.
Did you go down with Sharon Stone?
Easy now, Rich.
She's been off the scene for a while, though, right?
She has.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, she is like 52. So.
Yeah, so I was talking about Basic Instinct 2 the other day. Awful.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's kind of only getting roles like cougars and
Yeah.
and attractive older women type things. So, I mean, it's difficult out there.
So she's taken the place of MILF in American Pie.
Probably. I mean, MILF was funnier, I think, but Sharon Stone would definitely fit the bill.
Cool, man. Your pick of the week for seeing?
Well, that would have to be the Excellent 8 with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Cool. I'm glad it's a good movie because I was a little worried that books don't always live, or movies don't always live up to the book, but it was a good book, so it'd be nice to see what happens. Spling, thanks very much. Catch Spling at spling.co.za. You can also find him on 2OceansVibe.com for the very much latest. We'll get you next week.
Indeed. Thanks.
Look forward to it. Feel confident in going and watching the movie now.
Oh, don't watch Jonah Hex. That's it.
just don't watch it.
I came today.